She grabbed my hand, girls rescue, met the bar, witness said. Tears fled the head, I'm waiting, I guess she tweet, I guess she confess. She thinking less, not drinking less. Bathroom says, best it gets, spontaneous. I stereotype, put to rest tonight. Imagine, believe, and achieve, it works. Skyline as I rise like fireworks.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Thunder Thursdays. This is the After the Storm edition. We're going to talk about the Thunder draft, even though I've talked about it ad nauseum this week. So, sorry I'm a little late coming on. I know it's a little after 2. I normally come on at 2 o'clock, but I wasn't going to come on simply because I don't think there's anything left for me to really say about the Thunder and who they should pick. I think that, as Drew Hinthorn said yesterday, I've talked about it ad nauseum. The Thunder have already pretty much made up their mind who they want to get. Everybody thinks that it's going to be Chet. I'm not a fan of that. As I've discussed over and over and over, I think that he has upside. I think that he has potential. But if we're trying to win right now, you got to go back to what we did earlier in our draft process when Oklahoma City first came. You went Kevin Durant. Well, and this is when they were still at Seattle. You had Kevin Durant and Jeff Green. Then you came here and we were terrible. Then you added Russell Westbrook and you added James Harden. And then when you added Harden in that second year with all these guys together, that's when the Thunder really, really took off. And in 2010-11, that's when we went to the finals. And then since then, it kind of went sideways. But that being said, I just don't understand how you cannot want to build the team back up and make them competitive. And, as Drew, my boy Drew Hinthorn of HuskerDrewPicks.com has said, he likes Banchero. He thinks he's the best of the group. He thinks he's the best one to fit in with what the Thunder are doing, and that possibly is true. Speaking of that, my boy Drew Hinthorn of HuskerDrewPicks.com. What's up, brother?
How we doing today?
Doing good, man. Thus far, I think I may be having cocktails later if the Thunder draft Chet, though. We've talked about that. Yeah. And Randy Wright don't send me no text messages.
I mean, you were already preparing last night. Looked like it.
Yeah. Man, Drew, all I can tell you is people in Oklahoma City have no idea how good Mika Sina is because we don't have one.
Oh, yeah.
But you know how good Mika Sina is. Right. And, of course, why do you have to have the Mambo limousines? Why can't you just be like the normal person and have the taxi? Why you got to go to the extra long footage? Why do you got to do that, man?
You're going to be a bear, be a grizzly, what they say.
You definitely a grizzly if you're drinking a limousine. I can tell you that.
I used to frequent the one in Kansas City quite a bit.
Yeah.
They shut it down. That was, I'll tell you what, 1 or 2 of those and you're on your way.
Oh, man. I tell people, they just don't know how good those are. Now, I like the skinny Mambos. And the skinny Mambos are the ones, they're not frozen. The Mambo taxis are frozen, but the skinny Mambos are on ice. And so I think they have a little less sugar in them than do the frozen side of those. So I'm more of a skinny Mambo. But, of course, I got talked into last night having the frozen ones. You see where Matt Moyer has sent me a deal talking about, hey, put tequila on top. No.
Oh, yeah, you got to go with the extra tequila.
No, bro,
top.
Not at 8 o'clock.
Sits right on top.
Drew,
goes good with the chips and salsa.
Drew, it's 8 o'clock. It's 8 o'clock. No.
About 3 hours late.
8 o'clock, yeah, no, I'm not doing it at 8 o'clock, bro. That's not happening. I'll forget a couple of those with tequila and be over with. But anyway, Drew, we were talking about Banchero and how you love Banchero, and you think that he is the best fit for the Thunder if they were to draft him.
Well, we're going to get to my draft order, but I don't think he's going to be around. I do not think Banchero is going to be available at 2. I think he's going number 1.
Okay, so you think that? Wait, hold on. Hey, Gary Vick. Never mind. He got on the phone real quick. I was going to ask him what his draft order is, but he's running from me right now. Gary Vick for Athletes First. I don't know if you know, Drew, that Gary, when he was coaching Athletes First, he had the first Nike team to come to Oklahoma. And
nice.
Do you know that when he was coaching, he had more NBA players came from Athletes First out of Oklahoma than any other Nike program in the country. That's over California, that's Texas, that's New York, that's Florida, that's every other. He had more NBA players came from his team than any other Nike team. Isn't that crazy? From Oklahoma.
That's saying something.
That's saying something. But anyway, go back to what you're saying about Banchero.
Well, I just kind of reading through some articles and listening to all the chatter today, and Vegas has Bancaro as odds-on favorite to be the number one pick.
Well, we had talked about how Jabari wanted to come to Oklahoma City, and he had put that on his Twitter. And so I think Orlando, if they take Bancaro, like my deal is this: Bancaro and Jabari are the two most ready. Either you're not going to lose either one of those. Chet is the upside. He just is. He is the possible what could happen 2-3 years down the road. He is not today ready to help you go to another level. He's just not. So, but the other two, I believe, physically, mentally, athletically, are the two that are set. So, if Orlando was because I saw a thing a couple of days ago and it said Orlando is weighing his options, and that was after. Okay, that was after Jabari put that out about wanting to come to the Thunder.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that they looked at that, and I was watching ESPN just a little bit ago, and Richard Jefferson said he was talking to his buddy who's working out in Bancaro, and he said, dude, he's a monster. And I'm like, just like you said.
Yeah, he can do it all.
Now my question is, how do you pick?
I don't know if he can play on the defensive end though, but
but I mean, does he really need to?
Offense these days.
If the whole thing is, if you're getting 20 something, they don't really ask you to play a lot of defense.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? They don't.
Yeah, like we said, I think eventually he'll bring the ball up the floor.
Yeah, he can do that. And you look at Orlando, and you look at what they have. He's probably a better fit for what they're doing because of the way that their team is aligned. Either him or the Thunder, I think he fits with either one of those teams. But I think Jabari almost finishes better with Oklahoma City because he is more of a spot-up shooter, and then we've got ball handlers between Giddey and SGA.
I still think OKC's picking Holmgren.
But I'm gonna tell you this, dude. I don't think they pick Holmgren if Jabari's sitting there. You can't. You can't.
I think they're in love. I think they've fallen in love. They've drinking the Kool-Aid.
Well, my understanding is that Houston had already thought they were going to be number one. They had already had a deal in place for Holmgren.
Mm-hmm.
And so, if that's the case, then
why wouldn't they trade with them?
Well, because who wants to trade? What are they going to trade?
All right.
They don't. I mean, what do you have in Houston that you want? Do they have anything you want?
I don't know. I'm not too privy with their roster.
You don't, Drew. In other words, you can have John Wall.
Right. Yeah, you don't want him. I mean, he's a good player,
he's
not going to fit in with OKC.
Oh, no. I'm talking about Houston.
Right.
Yeah. So my deal is this, is that, like I said, I agree with you, but just like this guy said at the barbershop, they believe the same thing, that they're drinking the Kool-Aid just like everybody else, just like the Lakers did when they drafted Lonzo Ball. Same thing. Don't drink the Kool-Aid. Take the best player. My thing is this, if we're trying to get the Thunder back to where they used to be, then you got to draft players like you did when you first got here. You got to build on every draft to get a better player, get a better player, get a better player. And I think Chet, and the reason why the barbershop won, they think he's perfect for them, because, of several reasons that I'm not going to mention, but that's what they think.
Right.
And you know what I'm saying without saying it. So,
Oh, yeah.
But I told him.
I think it's going to be interesting. I think that the top four picks that could shuffle either way. I think the top four is pretty much set, but I think it could go. I mean, you could have Paolo go one. You could have Chet go one. I mean, you never know.
Well, my deal is this. If Jabari Smith is there, you have to. He is the best.
How is your head going to completely come off your shoulders if Jabari's there and they take Chet?
Oh, I'm gonna turn sideways, around the corner, everything else. I mean, that is just.
And is he going to be number 12 or number 42? That's the only thing that the question's out there, right?
I can't. He ain't gonna be 42. I can promise you that. 42? He ain't gonna be 42, bro. He will never earn that. He will never earn that distinction, and that won't happen. And he won't be number 6 either, my USA number. He won't be that number either. But, Drew, my thing is this, is that if you're trying to build an organization and you're trying to build and get back to where you were, to put Oklahoma City back to where you established a certain level of dominance. Because I saw somebody talking about the best. I said the best fans in the NBA were Oklahoma City. They were the loudest. I mean, when
Well, it's like
Thunderdome
it's
was rocking,
It was a
man,
college atmosphere.
dude, rocking, man. I mean, you come out there and man, it was chills. Is that and the whole thing is this. I agree with the barbershop as far as what Sam Presti and the Thunder owners and the people who spend dollars what they want to see, but they also want to win. So the question is, if you're an OU fan, do you want a certain player or do you want to win? What do you want to do? And I promise you, OU wants to win. You know, you want to win. So do you want to win or you worry about other stuff?
I'm doing my research last night. I mean, every article. I don't think I found an article, maybe one, that wasn't just praising Holmgren.
Yeah, they all
And
praise
thinking
him.
that he's got the biggest upside. That he's the one that's probably going to be an all-star first. I mean,
I saw that. I laughed. I laughed. There ain't no way. Dude, I just, like I tell people, you go by the analytics and all that stuff, that's fine. Analytics don't mean a whole lot when you got to get up there and line up against each other. That analytics stuff has came and went, you know, that was great and all that stuff. But, you know, it's like with the Thunder. Oh, if you shoot a bunch of threes. Well, guess what? Analytics said you shoot a bunch of threes, you win. Well, we were shooting a bunch of threes and we were getting killed.
Yep.
We stopped shooting threes and started taking good shots. And what did the Thunder do? The Thunder came back and started winning and started competing. So the analytics crap don't mean anything. You got to step up. You got to be ready to play. And you got to get guys who can play, who are NBA ready. Because, like I said, I've been saying all week, or for 2 weeks, the Thunder are at a serious crossroads as far as what could happen in the future. If you draft correctly now, and you can move up and give up our 12th pick and get, and give them, a first-round pick next year or whatever, give them a couple for whatever to move up. And we can get Sharp, or you can get a Johnny Davis, and you can get a Banchero or Jabari. Dude, Oklahoma City's off and running. Oklahoma City's off and running.
Well, if they take Chet, they won't give up that 12th pick because the 12th pick will be there. The guy that they're going to get is going to be there at 12 if they take Holmgren.
No, if you take Holmgren at 2, your guy's not going to be there. Johnny Davis and Sharp or Ivy.
We're going to get to our picks, and I'm going to tell you.
All right, well, come on. Give me your picks, man. Give me your picks. Let's go through it right now. You're running your mouth. Let's go.
Well, you can just give me your number one overall. We'll just trade back and forth through the lottery.
Okay,
I've got it through 14, and then I've got a couple sleepers and maybe a couple of things that may happen during the draft.
Okay. I'm not going to go through my draft order after 4 because the Kings are trying to get rid of 4. So, I mean, when you go through that, I don't know But anyway, okay, so this is what I think. I think Jabari is going to go 1. This is my order that I have the top 3 guys to me that the Thunder need for my top 12. Okay, my 2 and 12 are Jabari, Paolo, and Jalen. Those are my top 3 for our 12 and number 2 pick, okay?
Okay.
So I want 2 of those 3 for my 12 and my 2. And then if I can't get that, then my second group is Jaden Ivey, Shannon Sharp, and Keegan Murray. And then my third group that's 6. And then my third group is Daniels, Mathurin, Johnny Davis, Al Griffin, and Chet is last on my list. But you got to remember, Drew, I go by eye test. I don't give me. I don't want no analytics. I go by, okay, you got to either you can. My thing, and everybody knows me when I talk about kids. Either you can play or you can't. I don't want to hear all that nonsense about potential. Either you can play or you can't. And in basketball is the one sport that you can't hide. Either you can play or you can't. There's only 5-on-5. And if you're weak, and you'll see in the NBA, what do? They go after players all day long.
Sure.
If they see a weakness, they go after that guy over and over and over and over and over and over and over.
Yeah, they go the well.
They go, until it runs dry, you got to pull a guy out. So that's how I look at it. So my top 3 that I want for the Thunder are Jabari, Paolo at 2, and then Jalen Duren at 12 if he's still there. And I think he might still be there because I think it's going to be a run on guards, and that's why I believe Jalen Duren will be there at 12 for my shot blocker and my intimidator in the post. Go ahead.
I'm going to approach it a different way. I'm going to tell you I'm not going to say who I think they need. I'll tell you what I think is going to happen.
Okay.
I think they're going to take Chet at number 2.
I do. Unfortunately, what's going to happen, and then they're going to regret it.
And then I think that if they don't trade up, if they don't trade up and they keep the 12, I think they draft A.J. Griffin from Duke. I think he's going to be there. I think they're going to get him at 12.
Mm-hmm.
And I think possibly if they do trade up, Keegan Murray could be a great fit with him as well.
Yep. And I hope
those would be my top 3 picks that I think they're going to go
out. Now, who do you think they should get? That's who you think.
Now, who do you think they should get? Figure out a way to get Banchero.
My deal is this: if you look at who do you think the Thunder should have to make them have the best possible pick, who do you go?
I would go Banchero, then I'd go Jabari, and then I'd go Keegan Murray.
Yeah, but no, not at 2.
In the 12.
Yeah, at 12.
My top.
Okay, so who would be your other?
Murray's not going to be there at 12.
Murray's not going to be there at 12. That's why I picked Duren, because I think Duren will be there at 12. I think all your guards, people aren't necessarily taking
AJ
chances on
Griffin's going to be there at 12. Griffin's going to be there. AJ could be there at 12. He's a legit possibility.
Yeah. Let me see. What did I do with my other draft Thunder options?
Johnny Davis could be there at 12.
Yeah, Johnny Davis could be there at 12. But I got Max Christie, Christian Braun, Lavera, Wendell Moore, and Dave Arati for the Oklahoma City options at 34 as far as shooters.
I think you can pick a Christian Braun up in the second round.
That's what I'm saying. That's my 34th. Those are my 34th picks.
Yeah,
no doubt. That's what I look at.
I just wanted, hey, a little sports update here. Braves just won 7-6.
Oh well, let's go. Well, since we're speaking of that, let's go to your.
We're going back to the draft. I just wanted to give you a little.
No. Let's go on and give you your Drew picks. You had the Braves. Obviously, that's a winner. You had the Yankees Stros over 8.
Yankees Stros. That's a good game tonight. That'll be a good one.
Your Padres, you have your Padres and Dodgers. Yeah, Padres minus 154, Dodgers 227.
Dodgers is about to be a winner too. They're top 9 up 4, 9-5.
Okay, and then of course you got Arkansas. That was a great call last night. Arkansas over Ole Miss 3, and you got a good game 3-2.
They tried to piss down their leg there at the end.
Well, I mean it's 3-2. So you were right. You finally got a good game.
They're gonna throttle them tonight. You watch.
And then so you think Saturday it'll be OU against Arkansas. Yep. That's who you got.
And that's be a great series too.
And of course, they'll be looking at each other again here pretty soon when OU goes to the SEC. So that's going to be interesting to see that. So, but anyways, so back to the draft. I think that Oklahoma City, I mean, this is just huge for them. And if they drink the Kool-Aid, dude, we're gonna be set back. Now, speaking of drinking the Kool-Aid, I saw a deal where they said that Russell wants to come back, that Oklahoma City is entertaining the idea of bringing Russell back. And I go, why would you do that?
Boy. I mean, are you going to move? You'll probably move.
And this is what they said. No. To be a mentor. No, Drew. To be a mentor to SGA and Giddey. I was like, what are you – what are you thinking? How would you – to be a mentor? Russell Westbrook to be a mentor.
Teach him how not to deal with the press.
Oh my God, dude, that would just that's. I'd rather put it like this: if I had my choice between drafting Chet or bringing Russell back, I'll take Chet. And that tells you how I feel about that, bro. And then you two, I'm done with both of you all. I don't want to hear. See, people, this is what happens when you're friends right here. They send you text messages. That's what happens, when you're on the air, you're trying to give good analysis, and then your friends are sending nonsense to your text messages. This is what happens when you have good friends who are sending you nonsense. That's what that is. I'm not going to repeat what they said, but they're sending you nonsense while you're trying to focus, trying to give a good show. No, you get this mess right here. I'm not Drew Henthorne and Randy Wright. I'm not responding to you all, either one of y'all.
So one of the moves I think I really think there's a possibility that Golden State trades Poole for Jaden Ivey.
Dude,
I mean, I think it could happen. I mean, there's a lot of smoke out there. It might be some fire.
Well, because Mike Brown just got through coaching, and they believe he's going to snag a couple of the Golden State assistants, which is why Kenny Atkinson. I can't believe he snubbed Michael Jordan. Why would you not ready? Why are you not ready to be an NBA coach yet? Does that mean that the Warriors have offered you Steve Kerr's job?
Yeah, I mean,
is that what that means?
Steve Kerr's gonna be there for a while.
I know that, but I mean, why would you see?
How old is Kerr? 55, 56.
Well, see, he was his dad died in 82.
But he played for Arizona, what, 87?
7? No.
87, 88?
I think it was
Yeah,
earlier than that.
87.
Yeah.
Was it? I'm going to
Look that up, bro. You Google that up.
I'm going to look that up.
And by the way, if Chet gets the number, he needs to be number 12, Randy, right? Quit sending me that mess. I'm putting you on call right now, Randy, right? He is not going to be 42, and he's not going to be 6. If he's going to pick a number, it's going to be 12. I'm pointing my finger right at you right now. Oh, why are you two irritating me so bad? That's what I want to know. But I do believe that, Drew, I'm sitting there looking at it, and you could be right on the J-Nap.
He played
87?
83 to 88.
I think you could be right on that,
5
though.
years.
I think you could be right on that, too.
88 was his last year, so that puts him at 51 years old.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he ain't going nowhere.
He'd be 55. He'd be 55.
55. Yeah, he ain't going nowhere. He ain't going nowhere.
He'll be there for a while.
Yeah, unless he's getting to the point.
At least 5 more years, unless he just hangs him up and doesn't run.
Yeah, or he just gets stressed out, which is a possibility. He's just tired of because after it's just like Pat Riley said, and all the coaches, except, Popovich, what he does is he has turnover. You know what I'm saying? So at some point, the guys are going to just not listen to you because he's been coaching Golden State for what now? 9 years? 9 years?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because he got there the second year he got there is when his second year coaching is when they went to the finals the first time, right? I believe after Mark Jackson got the group together, he took over. And I think it was the second year he went to the finals. And they won it. After Mark Jackson already set the team up. So, oh my God. Your boy, something's wrong with Randy. I really am. But anyway, my thing is this, is that you could be right about the Jaden Ivey deal. They could take him on simply because why wouldn't they? You know what I mean? Why wouldn't they?
Right.
I mean, I look at that and I go, okay, Mike Brown, you're going to take a couple of the assistants with you over to the Kings. You already know what Jordan Poole is. They can't pay everybody. And like I said yesterday, Drew, if they paid everybody, they would be paying $500 million with salary times the luxury tax. That's a lot of money, man.
Yeah.
I mean, those guys, now granted, they've got deep pockets. Okay, granted, but man, that's a lot of money. That's what, $360 million in luxury tax? That's just insane, Drew.
That's crazy.
That is crazy. But at the same time,
the way I look at it is, Poole's good. He is good. But Jaden Ivey's got a great upside.
But he's also
you're not going to have to pay Ivey shit the first. I'm sorry, beat that out. Not have to pay him anything the first 3 years.
Right.
So, and you got Curry for another probably 3 years.
Uh-huh.
I mean, they're set up. I mean, they could make that trade, trim some fat, pay their veterans.
And remember, they got all those guys that they got coming up in the ranks that they drafted really, really well.
Then you stick Ivy with those guys and watch out.
Dude, they could be – but that's what I'm saying. When we were sitting there talking about well-run organizations, they have the best run organization. They're the best in the NBA, without question. And Miami is the second best. And then Boston would be third. I mean, as far as well-run organizations, as far as going, okay, you don't want to be here? Get out of here. Hey, let's get this guy. Let's draft really well. Let's build through the draft. I mean, you look at Miami. They got 2 guys who weren't even drafted playing significant minutes. That tells you that you have a very well-run organization and your scouting system is unbelievable. What they do is they draft to fit their style of play. Let me go get this guy over here because what is he going to do? He's going to fit what we do.
Right. Another thing I was looking at, Matt, and I'm sure you probably noticed this too, is how guard heavy is this draft?
Oh, God.
I mean, shooting guards, point forward, point guards. I mean, there's a lot of guards in this draft, heavy.
And they're all 6'6" to 6'9", all of them. You know what I'm saying?
I'm telling you, the kid from Iowa is going to be good. If somehow Oklahoma City could get him
at 12 or get him late, yes.
Keegan Murray would be a
dude. I like Keegan Murray. He's when I put in my second group, dude, I showed you what my deal was. Let me see. Let me find my Thunder options. I've got Keegan Murray. In my second group, I've got Jaden Ivey, Sharp, and Keegan Murray in my second tier. My first tier is Jabari, Panchero, and Duran. Then my second group is Ivy, Sharp, and Keegan Murray. And that's what I'm saying. If the Thunder can get any of those 2 and 12, man, they would be on fire, bro. If they get any of those guys to now, Jaden Ivey is not an option. Clearly, we can't move up to 4. You know what I'm saying, Drew? That's not gonna happen. But any of those other 3, and we can move up and get them because we got enough draft capital. I mean, God dang, Drew, we got so many draft picks.
Yeah, I mean, you got
Jesus.
5 next year. I mean,
Come on.
You could spend 1 or 2 of them and move up
Easily. And especially if you have a good draft and you draft the right guys at 2-7, 2-12, or 2-8.
And depending on what team you're trading with, you might be able to get you a veteran.
Might be able to get your veteran in the trade. Exactly. But I agree with you. Keegan Murray, man, I like him. I mean, look at this, Drew. Jaden Ivey is the smallest. He's 6'4". Sharp, 6'6". Murgy, 6'8". Daniels in the G League, 6'6". Mathurin's from Arizona, 6'7". Johnny Davis, 6'5". Al Griffin, 6'6". AJ Griffin. Dude, I like him, man.
Yeah, I do too.
I like him. But
big body, he can shoot it.
But he's in my third tier. Okay.
Ojai Baji's in there too. I think he's going to be a late first rounder.
Yeah, but he would be more to me in the 30.
Depending on the team.
He would be more to me in the 30 if I had to pick him, Drew.
I could see Charlotte doing something like that.
Yeah, Charlotte.
Yeah, I mean, think about it.
Dude, he has no eye test. He has no nothing. Jordan is, I mean, he's a great businessman, but he's like Jerry Jones. He's a great businessman, but get the hell away from them. Hire you some people who aren't yes men and let them run your organization.
He's got to bring somebody in that can tell him you're wrong. Right. You know what I mean? He's got to say, dude, this is not who we're picking. Sorry.
Randy just sent us a deal that says Lakers acquire Orlando's 35th pick for future second-round picks and cash. How about that, Drew?
Hey.
Now, thank you. Now, Randy Wright, thank you for that information instead of that crap you were sending me earlier. But I like that, Drew. You know what I'm saying? That's a nice 35th pick.
It was good information. You know, that's something I needed to hear. The Lakers got a pick.
Yeah, and and what do we do? We have so now some cash.
The Lakers take at 35. I mean,
we need shooters. Any of those guys that I had mentioned at the Thunder at 34, the Thunder don't want. You get any of those guys, Drew. All of them can shoot. Here are the Thunder other draft options. You got Braun, you got Christie, you got Avera, you got Abaji, you got Moore, you got Roddy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and these are more the Thunder pick. Roddy is somebody. He's from Colorado State. Shoots about he shoots 46%, about 6'7". That's somebody that the Thunder would jump on. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Good, nice kid. Colorado State, quiet, athletic. That would be somebody that I could see a Thunder type player, if that's what you want to call it. Style of player that would fit with the Thunder, that would be him. So,
Wendell Moore out of Duke's possibility in there.
Oh, and then Arch Manning committed to Texas. What a shock!
Yeah,
what a shock!
That.
We already knew that. I mean,
how much he got paid.
He got a lot in NIL. I can't promise you that.
It's not like he needed it either.
He doesn't need. Their family's loaded. Their family's loaded. Yeah. They're not. I mean, you know.
I mean, they got damn near generational wealth going on there.
Well, they do, but
Archie all the way through.
Yeah, but the whole thing is that, Texas, dude. I tell people Texas is coming. That you got the right coach in there, Sarkisian. He's gonna go recruit.
Well, and they're gearing up for and you don't think that them moving to the SEC didn't play a big role in that?
Oh, there's no question.
Stay down they're going to be able to watch home games down there, basically at Ole Miss and Mississippi State.
And he gets to watch Tennessee years ago against his uncles, both his uncles and his grandfather's former teams. Ole Miss and Tennessee. So yeah, that's gonna be a big deal.
But the question now is, what does the kid that they just got, that they just paid the moon for, got him from Ohio State? What's he do?
Well, remember Remember, Arch is not coming until 2 years from now.
Is it 2 years?
Yeah, he's a senior next year.
Right.
So he won't be coming until after that. That kid, so he'll sit under him for 1 year.
He'll be there in 2023.
Right, he'll sit there for 1 year, and then he'll come up and he'll read. Guess what? Lincoln Riley does the same thing. He sits you for a year, lets you learn, and then you come back and then you only play for 2 years because then you're a junior and then you can go to the draft.
Yeah, I mean, the Sooners better get it strapped on because Texas is coming. They got some athletes down there.
Yeah, they do. But remember, OU, and I think that the Thunder. I mean, I think that the Texas Longhorns and the Sooners will be fine. But you know what? They've got to shore up their defense, and that's what he's looking at. They're going to build their defensive line. And the quarterback, what's his name? I mean, he threw for 8,000 yards in 3 years. It ain't like he's a slouch, Drew.
No.
At UCF, the former quarterback, he's not bad.
Lefty too.
Yep, lefty.
Nasty.
And but I think OU is next year's going.
That's the best offseason hire in college football for them. I thought.
I agree.
Venables is a stud.
They needed somebody who could come and just make the shift something like I saw where oh God, what's my boy's name? Went to Southeast. Oh my God, I can't. My mind just went blank. Went to Southeast, defensive line guy, played at Tampa Bay, 7-time All-Star, All-Pro. Oh my God, oh my beast. He redshirted his freshman year.
Ready to go to college?
Yeah, he went to OU, defensive line. Oh my God, I guess Gerald McCoy.
Oh yeah. He played for the Cowboys for a bit.
Yeah, played for the Cowboys, and he laughed and he said, he goes, they're like, asking what do you think about, Lincoln Riley leaving and all this, and he goes, we don't think about Lincoln Riley because this is University of Oklahoma. We got Coach Venables in, we're good. He goes, nobody thinks about Lincoln Riley other than people outside of Oklahoma. In Oklahoma, who cares about Lincoln Riley? He ain't there no more.
I'm eyeing the Lakers website here. It says Lakers eyeing Blake Wesley of Notre Dame, freshman shooting guard.
Yep. Good shooter. I mean, the Lakers need shooting. The Thunder, you need somebody to protect the paint. You need shooters, and you need somebody who can game change.
Jay Billis has Blake Wesley as one of his top 5 sleepers in the draft.
I could care less about Jay Billis. He's an idiot. He's a dookie. He's an idiot. He's a dookie.
I had a funny conversation with Jay Billis in an elevator one night.
Oh, you did? Well, then you agree with me 100% about him. All right, Jay Billis, look, you're great. You do great analysis as far as the color commentator. After that, I don't want to hear anything you got to say. I don't want to hear anything you got to say. I don't. I mean,
let's see here. So back. I mean,
because to me, this is my thing with the draft. The people are drinking the Kool-Aid because of Chet. Because he's big and they're looking for the next great guy, okay? And which is what Chris Broussard was trying to say the other day. American, not European, but American. And because people are shifting that way politically, so that's what people want to see. To me, I'm on the other side of it. I could care less what color you are. I could care less about none of that stuff.
No, I don't know. Most of those guys in the league are anyway. What difference does it make?
Well, but I'm just saying
can you play? Can you play?
That's all I can care. I don't care what color you. I don't care about none of that nonsense. Can you help me win? That's all I care about.
Might identify as somebody else too, Matt. You never know.
Yeah, I mean, bro. Now that on the other. By the way, speaking of that, did you see what FIFA did and said that you're not eligible to compete unless you make the transition at 12 years old.
12 years old.
Yeah, and I asked this lady about that the other day. I said, well, what difference does it make? Whatever. And they said, that's when your hormones start kicking in. So at 12 years old, if you're going to be a man, then you're going to be a man at that point. So you need to make the transition, which is insane. But you know what?
Isn't it just crazy where we are in today's
society
and sports? Dude, we're talking about changing sex at 12 years old so you can play in a men's or women's sport.
Well, no. If you're going to be a man and you think you're a woman and you want to compete against women,
right?
That's what it is. It's not about competing against men. And it's funny it's sad, but Drew, it's sad that it's only in women's. These guys come out and you can't compete against men. All of a sudden you're a woman. Wait a minute, what?
Yeah.
What? You didn't know you was a woman before?
The swimmer is the funniest one of them.
Oh,
he
dude.
Was like ranked 300
something,
35th, and then 2 years later, whatever it is, he's number
1. Unbelievable, man. Society is crazy, But Drew, my thing is this.
I can't blame the girls.
No,
I mean,
no.
I'd be like, this is a joke.
This is a joke.
It's killing us.
But my deal is, Drew, my deal is this. I don't care what sex. Do what you want to do.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Just
You
don't
know, if you
ask to
gay,
play
you
against
gay. If you're not, you're
19-year-old
not.
girls.
Yeah, I don't. I agree. I'm like, my deal is I don't care if you gay, you gay, you straight, you whatever. Just
Right,
don't
yeah,
put
do
your
what you want.
stuff on me. Don't bring your stuff towards me. Look, I'm doing my own thing over here. I ain't got time to worry
Don't
about what
wear
you're
number
doing.
42.
Don't
and
wear
don't touch
42. You can wear 12. What was your number, Drew? Were you 12 too?
20.
Well,
I
you
was
can wear
20.
12 or you can wear 20. Leave 42 alone. Leave number 6 alone. Everything else. So, but anyway, but back to the draft since we have diverted back to
Sorry about that.
lowness. But you know, but once again, Drew, I want to say this. Let's take a hey, you know what? This is a good spot
It
to
is.
take
Good time for a break.
to take a break. We want to thank our people at YNB. Oh my God, our people at YNB, family owned and operated since 1912.
The bank that makes things happen.
Yes, they do. If you want to pre-qualify online at www.ynbok.com, that's www.ynbok.com. If you want to pre-qualify for any car loans, if you want to do some commercial lending, if you want to, flip houses or whatever, those people are who you want to talk to. You're not gonna say go see Carolyn?
Especially Carolyn.
Okay, I was
Get in
gonna say you're not gonna
Carolyn.
say you're not gonna
Be
say
happy to
Carolyn.
see ya. Tell her son sent you.
Oh my God! And then if you want to watch any of these shows that me and my crazy friend Drew Hinthorn are doing of HuskerDrewPicks.com, you can go watch us at www.
HuskerDrewPicks.com is 2-0 going into the evening today.
Yeah, you are 2-0.
Listeners.
But you can watch if you want to go back and check his picks or see if you missed it or whatever. You can go back and watch. Go back and look at www.mcsportsnetwork.com. That's www.mcsportsnetwork.com. If you know how to go on YouTube, you can Google the Unpopular Hour of Matt Clark, and you can pull it up that way. And if you do that, please subscribe, like, and hit notifications. And you'll be anytime that Drew and I come on, you'll be easily able to see us. And then, of course, here are all our shows. We have After the Storm, which is what we're doing now. The Unpopular Hour, Women Only Wednesday. The regular Unpopular Hour, and every show comes on weekdays at 2. So those are our shows and how to get in touch with us. But, Drew, okay, so did you get a draft order? Do you have a draft order? Did you do it all the way through? What is your draft order?
All right, so I got Banchero going first to Orlando. Then I got the Thunder taking Holmgren. I got the Rockets taking Jabari. I got Jaden Ivey
at 4.
Going to Golden State.
Oh, so you think they're going to trade? You think they're actually going to do that?
Yeah. And then I got Detroit taking Keegan Murray.
God, but they got rid of. Now remember, they just traded for Green. They just traded not Green, but what's our guy? Jeremy Grant. They just traded him to Portland.
Well, I think Murray's a better shooter than Grant.
Yeah, he is, and let's face it, Cade needs help.
Yeah, and he can score and he can rebound. Murray's NBA ready. I think he's a starter day one.
Yeah, and he can help Cade. Cade needs some help, and Jeremy Grant wasn't enough help for Cade, clearly.
I got the Pacers. I got the Benedict kid from Arizona going there.
Dude, I like Mathurin, man. I really like that kid a lot. He's tough, man. He's tough. I really like him.
The Blazers, I got him replacing their shooter with Shaden Sharp from Kentucky, and I got New Orleans.
Okay, hold on. So you like him? So you like him with Dame? You think that's they're trying to replace?
They got to. I mean, don't they? They got to find somebody who can shoot the basketball.
Well, yeah, they got Jeremy Grant, so they could get him, and that would help them play C.J. McCollum. But remember, they got the other kid that really did well, the backup for Agent Zero. They got him, so he did good as Dame's backup. So they've got some shooters. But go ahead, I agree. Sharp. That's at 7, right?
7, and then New Orleans. I got New Orleans taking Jeremy Sochin from Baylor. Add a little size. He can shoot it a little bit. San Antonio. I got Dyson Daniels from the G League going to the Spurs.
They need somebody athletic that can score. Yep. They're hurting.
Yep. And he's ready right now.
Yeah, he is.
He can go play. 10. I got the Wizards taking Malachi Brennan.
Okay.
And then I got the Knicks with Johnny Davis from Wisconsin. And And then I got OKC taking A.J. Griffin from Duke.
I think they take Duran over AJ. You have no size. We have no shot blocker, and that'd be a great pick for a shot blocker. We got to have
Could
some
be right there. Yeah.
we need a shot blocker. I mean, why would you go get another 6'7" kid when you don't have a shot blocker? And that's one of the big holes that we have.
They're taking Chet thinking he's gonna block shots.
Chet ain't gonna be able to guard no damn body, bro. Okay, go ahead. Okay, I can see that if that's your term. Yeah.
Yeah,
okay,
I mean that's why I think they go and get a shooter because I think.
So in other words, let's get this straight. You're gonna put Chet at the 5, so that means he's got to guard Giannis. He's got to guard.
He's gonna get abused.
He's gonna get killed.
Yeah.
It's just. Anyway, okay, go ahead.
And then I told you earlier, I think I got Charlotte going outside the box, taking Abaji from KU. And then I got the Cleveland Cavaliers on the last pick of the lottery, taking Ousmane Dieng out of New Zealand.
New Zealand.
Because they seem to always get the
overseas guy. That's why they don't play. That's why they can't do nothing. They keep going overseas. You go get those guys.
I think the Knicks could possibly trade up to get Ivy. That could be a move I could see possibly happening.
Well, the Knicks they've got somebody that can get. Okay, I can tell you this. If the Thunder trade up, clearly the only person they can trade is at the 6th spot. Mm-hmm. Portland is not going to give up. They're in the West. They're not going to give up the 7th spot. Mm-mm. Or do you think they would to drop to 12 and get another first-round pick for next year? Because they don't really have anything. They don't have anything. What are they going to give us?
And another thing is that Portland really think that Dame time is going to be there.
Well, he said
preparing for Lillard to be gone.
Well, he's going to be there, but remember they got the kid. I can't think of what his name is, and he replaced Dame last year, and he was outstanding. He was a mini Dame. He's not quite. I mean, he can't go get you 45, but he played well. So I think that you may.
Jeremy Grant will help them.
Jeremy Grant will help them, and I like what you said by going to get the kid that can shoot it. But I'm thinking about the Thunder. Well, you can't move to 4, and who's at 5 and 6?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Indiana could be your move.
Indiana could be your move.
Yeah, at 6.
Because if you can give them 12, and then they get another first-round pick, that would give them 2 first-round picks for next year. Clearly a conditional first-round pick. Clearly,
yeah, right.
A conditional one.
And then I got my biggest upside in the draft, and one that I think we're going to see play immediately in the NBA is Jalen Williams out of Arkansas.
Dude, he was dominant, wasn't he?
Yeah, he reminds me of Rodman, but a better shooter.
Yeah.
That kind of athleticism, and I mean, just.
Well, he's the one. He's really the one that got Chet in foul trouble.
Oh,
I mean, he just pushed him around like a little rag doll.
Yeah.
I mean, he really did.
He can play day one somewhere. If you can find a spot for if OKC could somehow swing him in the late first round. Because he might be there. They got him late first, early second.
Early second. Now, you know what I'm going to do, Drew, though, tomorrow? This is on the Unpopular Hour. What I'm doing tomorrow is I'm going to do a deal that's going to be the top of the last, since 2000, let's say last 20 years, 2002. I'm going to do the number 1 and number 2 and number 3, or number 1 and number 2 picks, and what they've done since 2000 and let's say 7. The number 1 and number 2 picks, who took number 1, who took number 2, and then what have they done over those last 15 years. Yep. That's what I'm doing tomorrow. That's going to be my breakdown.
That'll be interesting.
Well, because if the Thunder's picking number 2, because the last time we picked number 2, we got who? KD.
KD,
okay. Yep. So that's your last number 2 pick.
And Russ was 4.
And Russ was 4. James Harden was 5. Remember, we took James instead of Steph. Remember?
Yeah.
Which,
man, can you imagine?
Yeah, but I was upset about that.
Here. Well, Curry wouldn't be in Oklahoma City.
I was upset about that because I wanted that, but then as someone explained to me, I think it was Randy right now we're talking about, he goes, Matt, he goes, we have Russell. Can you have him? And it ended up getting Harden, and we couldn't have Harden and Russell together. That did not work, and they went to Houston.
You
can't
have Russell together with anybody.
No. That's why when I saw that, talking about Oklahoma City, bringing him to Oklahoma City to be a mentor, and I'm like, you would kill whatever you got between SGA and Giddey. You would end that. That would destroy our team.
Yeah.
But people they love Russell. They still under these, like I had to, when I was at Ned's
I
yesterday.
mean, he might be great in the community. I
Yeah,
mean,
but Drew,
maybe,
I
I'm
had
sure
this
he is,
argument.
and
No,
you know what? I love the fact that he's bringing some of, putting some money back into
whatever,
OKC.
bro.
And
He's trying to
doing
get
all
his
that.
butt back over here. He's trying to get a
Sure he
statue.
is.
He's trying to get a
Really?
statue.
And he can live in Oklahoma City a lot cheaper. He
No,
can live in
I'm
Los
leaving. I'm
Angeles.
moving. I'm moving. He can stay out in California. Oh, that's right.
So
they don't want you
what's
now.
going to happen is Oklahoma City's going to draft Chet and then bring Westbrook in as a mentor.
You really? I'm gonna have to have a cocktail after what you and I saying, but I can't.
I think you're
can't
going to
deal
have
with
to
you,
have
man.
a cocktail.
I'm gonna have to have a cocktail as soon as I
after
walk
this
out here.
game tonight.
I can't. I got to work till 7. After that, I'm going to have a cocktail. Hey, somebody text me and tell me where we're going to drink tonight. Not you, Randy, right? Because we know I'm not dealing with you. Because whatever you're saying, I ain't trying to hear. Actually, you know what, Drew? I'm not going to be out tonight in public. You know why? You know why I'm not going to be out tonight, Drew?
Because you're not going to be happy.
Oh, I may be ecstatic.
You could be.
If we take Chet, if we get Chet, I'm not going to be out.
Right.
If we get
So
Banchero or Smith, I'm in.
So let's be honest. Let's say exactly what you really think is going to happen, not what you want to happen. What you really think is going to happen. Who do you think the Thunder get at 2 and 12, or do they move up?
I think that the Thunder are going to take Chet at 2 because of the pressure. And I think that the Thunder at 12, I'm hoping I think the Thunder will try to move up because Presti's very good at deal making, and he's got some friends and some people in the place.
And he's got a lot of picks.
He's got a lot of picks.
To move up with.
And he knows that we really, really need a shooter. And I think that he will move up to 6 or 5 or 6, somewhere in that range. Probably 6. I think you're right. Or 5. I think Indiana, I think you're right. They have the I think they can still get what they need at 12.
And they take Shaedon Sharp.
Which is who I think they really, really, really want. And I really, really, really like. And I like Murray. I'll take either one of them. But I think if you're at 5, you have to take Sharp. Because I think it goes Ivy.
Kid's good. Daniels kid's good too.
Yeah, but I think it goes Ivy, Sharp, and then Murray. That's who I think that it go. I mean, as far as players, I think it's Ivy.
Yeah, I think the Murray kid fits in great.
Yeah, but no. I agree. I agree. He fits in great too. But I'm just saying is that I think that when you look at it all, though, in order of players, because if you're looking because if the Thunder are looking at fit, then you don't need to draft Chet. If you're looking at what's going to fit you.
But if you really think about it, Detroit, they could move. I mean, they do it. They just got Grant. They could move down and probably get a shooter if that's what they're wanting is a shooter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, that might be a spot for OKC to move in and snatch at Keegan Murray.
Yeah, I agree. But the whole thing is Keegan Murray, I mean, if you had the choice, who are you going to take, Sharp or Murray?
I think I'd take Murray.
No, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't. You take Sharp over Murray. No, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't.
I've seen Murray play live twice.
Yeah, but you would take Shaedon Sharp. You take Sharp over him, man. Come on, Drew. I know you like Murray, but this whole thing then, okay, you know what would make me happy then? Then give me Banchero or Smith at 2, and then move me up, and I'll take Murray, and that way I appease my whatever, okay?
Right.
My base, okay? And then I get Jabari at 2, or I get. But my thing is this: if Orlando takes Chet, you got to take who at that point?
I mean, you have to take
Jabari.
You have to.
They're not going to take, but okay, no, dude, I can't believe you're fighting for a Dookie this bad. What is wrong with you?
He's good.
Who are you? Who are you? What have you done with Drew Hinthorn, Mr. North Carolina?
If that happens.
Look at me, Drew. Look what color I'm wearing. Let me just see what you're doing. I'm wearing a Duke color, dude. That's how bad I am. I'm trying to wheel that Banchero thing in there.
Well, that is Duke blue.
Yeah, because I'm trying to wheel it in here. I'm trying to go, hey, dude, let's do this. That's what I'm doing, bro. See, I'm trying to be right there on your level, guy. I'm trying to be right there with you.
All right.
I'm trying to be right there with you. Either that or AJ Griffin at 12. I'm trying to be there with you, Drew.
I mean, what if they can't? What if they get 2 Dookies tonight?
I don't know. That's a little much, man. I don't know about all that. That may be a lot. I don't know if I can deal with that, Drew. I don't know.
Well, I think if they get Banchero, I think they'll. I think they definitely move up to get a big man.
Yeah.
To get. Yeah.
You get Doran. If you get Banchero or Smith, then you can move up, get you a shooter, or you can just stay where you're at 12 and
Or
get
you
Doran.
just stay where you're at
And get Doran.
and maybe get rid of that 30th pick and move into like
Well, we already got rid of the 30th.
18th or the 32nd pick and try to move into like the 17th or 18th.
Yeah,
Another playmaker.
Well, the whole thing is that the Thunder has a multitude of options because we have so many draft picks next year and the year after. So you can always go, okay, look, I've got my Banchero and I've got my, let's say you move up, you get Keegan Murray.
Yep.
And then as you're 34 and you sit there at 18, 19, somebody's sitting there, hey, look, we'll give you our second round pick next year and we'll give you that, and then we'll give you our first round pick in 2026, whatever.
Right.
And then give us one of your veteran players who can come in and help. But the problem with getting a veteran player, Drew, is when you're so young, like you said, it depends on which veteran player and then where you're going to put him.
Yeah, he's got to be a good fit.
Yeah, but where are you going to put him? Because remember, right now you have SGA, you have Giddey, you have Dort and Trey Mann as your guards. And then you have Wiggins and Robinson Earl as your forward or Robinson Earl as your forward / center. Then you have Baisley, you have Sarr, you have Diakite as far as your big man, and then you have Pokuševski. So that's what you got right now as your top, 10 players. Okay, so those final 4, those can be, and I've already done my breakdown, they need to go. I mean, keep Sarr maybe around. He's skinny. I mean, he's a little bit bigger. I think he outweighs Chet by maybe 20 pounds. But it's the same, and he got pushed around like crazy. So, and I clearly, like I like Poku, and Chet is Poku. They remind me a lot. If you're in transition, boy, they're really good in transition, okay? But in a half-court set, which is what the Thunder do, Banchero and Smith are much better fits for the half-court set as far as what the Thunder run. That's been my own point. What Golden State does, and what the teams are really good in Miami, what they do is they go, we ain't listening to none of you people outside. This is what we know we need to make ourselves better, and that's what they do. Now, I got one quick question for you. I saw a point the other day. Do you think it's fair, or do you think that the NBA teams, if you draft somebody and you keep paying them the max, should it count against you? Should you be penalized for somebody you draft, or should you be penalized for someone you bring in and you pay the max to?
Now say that again.
Okay, like for example, what Golden State's done is 90% of the players that they're paying money to, they've drafted. The only person outside of what they've done is the only people outside are Wiggins, Gary Payton II, and Otto Porter. Right. Everybody else they've drafted. So, but they're getting penalized in the luxury tax because they're going over in the salary. Do you think that if you draft a player and you're paying them the max and you go over the salary cap by paying players you drafted, you've developed, do you think that's fair?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think if you drafted him and you're bringing him up and you're coaching him up and they're getting playing time in your system.
Yes.
I mean, I think so.
I think they should be. I don't think there should be a penalty against that. Now, if you bring in guys, then you should be penalized for that. I think the NBA should do that.
Right.
You get penalized for guys you bring in. You're gonna pay somebody the max. Then that goes against you on the luxury tax. But if you draft them and you develop them, why the hell should I not be able to pay my own players? I'm developing them. Now you're saying as I've drafted them, I've developed them. Now I got to get rid of them because I can't afford to pay them because it's gonna cost me blah 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 in luxury tax. And I don't think the rule was meant for that. I think it was meant for you going in and for the bigger market teams going in and just buying players, like what the Lakers have done. That type of thing. I think that's what the luxury tax was meant for. But I don't
Yeah,
think if
basically
you
putting super
teams together, yes. And I think that was what it's for. But like Golden State, you got enough money. They paid $340 million for a championship. You don't think if I'm a billionaire multiple times, I'm not going to pay $340 million? Okay, I just want me a ring. Okay. Would you be okay with that, Drew?
No.
Yes, you would. Yes, you would. Yes, you would. It's just like I was arguing with this guy the other day. We were talking about money, and I told him, I said, listen, I don't know one multi-gazillionaire, the number one guy in any college that gives them number one amount of money. He wouldn't give somebody $250,000 or $500,000 or $1 million to win him in a college national championship. They do it in a heartbeat. Do you need it cash? Do you want it in Venmo? Do you want it on Cash App? How do you want it? Do you need it in a truck? I mean, what do you need? You mean go get you a Bentley? Tell me what you need. Don't you agree, Drew? There's not one guy
100%.
out there.
No.
They won't do that. So that's what I'm saying. And the NBA owners, these guys got so much money. Do they really care? Golden State clearly didn't. But now, whether they're going to pay $500 million, I don't know if I'd pay that. That's a lot of damn. $500 million, Drew. I don't know if I'd do that.
Yeah.
You know what? What are you sending me? What is this crap you're sending me? Oh my God! And no, Randy, right? I do not want a Chet shirt. But I'm just saying, Drew. Tonight, either I'm gonna be a happy man or I'm gonna be crying in my soup. That's the bottom line for me tonight. And but I agree with you.
We're gonna know right off the bat.
I agree with you. I think the Thunder are going to, bow down to pressure, kind of like what the Lakers did with Lonzo Ball, and take Lonzo Ball instead of Jason Tatum. And
is that really the consensus in Oklahoma City that that's who they want to draft? Is Chet?
Well, like I told you that night we were together at Nez, remember? And I spoke to that owner who was when I was giving him my breakdown of what I wanted to do, of what I thought was going to happen, and he looked me straight in the eye and said, we haven't decided who we want to draft yet. And I was like, wow. And then right after that, the reports that I heard on Twitter about how Jabari said he wanted to come to Oklahoma City, then Chet right before that admitted he wanted to come to Oklahoma City, and Jabari responded back, no, I want to go to Oklahoma City. Because both of them understand what the upside is, but Chet really wants to go to Orlando and play with his boy Jalen Suggs.
Right.
But I'm with you, Drew. The Oklahoma City Thunder, no matter who's out there, whether it's Jabari or Banchero, they're going to take Chet, unfortunately. Yeah. And I think they're going to regret it. That's what I think. I think the Thunder are not going to recover from this, kind of like what the Lakers have struggled to not recover from those two things. Because you remember Brandon Ingram and then Lonzo, neither one of them are Lakers anymore.
Nope.
Both gone. Those were two horrible draft picks, and it did not work. And that's what happens when you got organizations who
I like the Brandon Ingram pick.
Back then I did. I know I'm agreeing with you that. And, but the reason why he's gone is because LeBron.
So ESPN, Jonathan Givadny has number 12, has A.J. Griffin going to the Thunder.
Two Dookies? That'd be a lot, Drew.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be tough to watch.
Nah, that'd be tough to watch, especially you're going to be here now. Whoa, bro.
I know it.
But you know what?
There's my Cavaliers, and he's got the Cavs taking Okai Baji at 14.
Hey, you know what, though, Drew? This is my thing right now. If Russell's still there, my Lakers stuff will still be in the closet. And the only time I cheered against the Lakers in my entire life has been for the Thunder against the Lakers. I did not cheer for the Lakers. I haven't cheered for Boston. I didn't do Boston. But the Lakers, I cheered for the Thunder against the Lakers. I did not, for the first time ever in the Thunder, since the Thunder been in Oklahoma City, I did not wear Lakers gear.
When was this? Last year?
This last year, because Russell was there.
Yeah.
And if he's there again,
I'll tell you,
if he's there again, I will not wear it.
It's tough to be a Laker fan with LeBron there.
Yeah, it really is. It really is. I want him gone. I didn't want him there. You know what I'm saying, in the first place.
Yeah.
But he made the right, like everybody thought, he can go to Clippers. He's not going to make as much money if he went to the Clippers.
Yeah.
He wasn't going to make the
play
money.
for the Clippers.
Why would he do that? No, he wants to play with, what's his name? Who I don't know. We don't even see him anymore. What's his name? Played for San Antonio. I haven't Kawhi.
Yeah.
I ain't seen him in a year and a half. I mean, Paul George, whatever. Y'all.
Did you happen to catch First Take this morning and see the proposed trade that they were talking about was Russ and AD for Kyrie and Ben Simmons?
Yeah. The whole thing is
the best and the worst player if you're the Nets.
For both sides.
Yeah.
I mean, because the whole thing is,
do you make that trade if you're the Lakers?
Well, the Lakers would make that trade.
You think so? AD for Kyrie?
Well, because the difference is at least you know that I think Kyrie would be more dependable than AD.
Yeah.
I think Kyrie would be because playing with LeBron, I think he realized the mistake that he made.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that Kyrie would be more willing and more mentally set, if you want to call it that, to play for the Lakers as far as being available and being dependable. If he was playing with LeBron, I think that he would be held more accountable. I don't think he would take personal days off. But I'm with the Nets.
Los Angeles is going to be a little more lax.
Yeah, but the whole thing is Kyrie. But you know what? Kyrie's in a pickle. I mean, what did he lose last year? $37 million last year.
Yeah, something crazy.
And then he turns around and he's going to sign. He's not going to take that this year, and he's going to take $16 million or something stupid. Why would he do that? Why would he sign for the $8 million to play for the Lakers?
Right.
He ain't doing that.
No, you wouldn't think so.
He ain't doing that.
Unless somehow they can pull off a trade with Westbrook.
A sign and trade, but the whole thing is
you're going to have to get Westbrook and Durant to kiss and make up.
Well, the thing with Kevin Durant and Westbrook, Kevin Durant realizes Westbrook is not, our boy Shannon loves Westbrook no matter what you say. Mm-hmm. But like I told Shannon, he is the dumbest player as far as he's not a smart basketball player. He just goes one speed, and it kills him and anybody he plays with at the end of games. It just kills him. He doesn't know how to play.
If you're Brooklyn there, you could either you could let the contract play out 1 year, or you could sign and trade him, in the middle of the year.
Well, it's like
releasing.
Well, you saw where the Indiana Pacers laughed at it for Brogdon. They were like, "Yeah, no, we don't want him.
No,
we don't want him." We're not, because remember
that's not a good fit for him anyway.
Well, if we got Buddy Hield and Brogdon, that'd be great for the Lakers.
That'd be great for the Lakers,
but that's the funny part is all these people in Oklahoma City love Russell, and I was like, look at it, nobody wants him. As great as he supposedly is, nobody wants him. I mean, the whole thing is that everything that I've been saying for the entire time he was here has come to fruition. And if you're a basketball fan, you've seen it. Everything I've said, you just a hater. And it turns out, no, I was right on the money. Exactly what I said he was and who he is exactly what I said and who he is.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, people are like, "Are you hating?" I've had so many people come, "Hey, man, you're right. You were right. I thought you were a hater, but you're on point." I'm like, if you're a basketball person, it's like you look at the draft. You can go by all this analytics, and you go by all these talking heads and all these idiots who have no idea about basketball whatsoever. And then the ones who work for ESPN, they're going to go along with the party line. They're going to say exactly what they need to say, even though deep down inside they know that's BS.
Right.
You played in the league, you know who can play and who can't. I tell everybody all day long, basketball is the one sport you know if somebody can play. There's 5 of you out there.
There's no hiding.
There ain't no hiding. Either you can play or you don't. It's like when you go and you watch the Peach Jam for the night.
When you say I got next, and you get out there, and
you get out there.
Off your leg. You're not getting picked.
You ain't getting picked. You know, Drew. It's like back in the day when you'd have those games where there's a few players out there. Hey, you sit over there. You ain't getting picked. They know you can't play. What you hear, man? Go over there to the Y and play. Like I used to go to the downtown Y in Dallas. They had 3 courts. They had the A court, the B court, and the C court. And if you were a C player, don't come over to the B court. If you're a B player, don't come over to the A court. Go back over there. Right. You ain't playing over here. Because you remember, Drew, hey, you lose a game, you may not get back on there for 2 games, 3 games, man. You better win. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You better win. So, there ain't no scrubs. What's that song? Ain't got no time for no scrubs or whatever. That's exactly what that is. And I'm sorry, Randy Wright, don't offer me no Chet shirt for that scrub. I'm sorry. But I do believe Chet is going to be a good player at some point down the road, but he's not going to help you win right away. It's just not going to happen.
Nope.
Not going to happen. So, anything else you got, brother?
Well, man, I think we covered the gamut today. So,
yeah, good show. And let me thank my guys at Collaborative Logic for any IT solutions that you might need. Please go ahead and holler at those boys over there. Mark Long at SRB for any engineering, surveying, or planning needs. And my boy Jose, he's got 3 dump trucks now, so I'm proud of him, man. He
got
went
3
from 1.
now?
He's got 3. Yeah, he went from 1 to 3.
Watch
So
out.
he's watching out. He just got the new one. He was scraping on his snap today, Drew. He was scraping off the old name of the other trucking company that he bought the truck from
Gotta
and put
make it
his
right.
name. Yeah, you got to make that.
That logo. Get that logo.
You got to get
up.
that logo on there, brother. And of course, Greg and Max Napier at NAFCO. So I was just cracking up at that. But anyway, Drew. Okay, so this is the thing. When you get here, once we'll be going to Ned's, and we're gonna be eating there. Then we're gonna be going to Rococo's, so we'll be eating there. Then we got the barbecue spot, which we eat there, and then we got the barbershop.
Get my workout in.
Yeah, so now we just got to
I'm
figure.
gonna eat 3 times to get tightened up on Friday.
That's it. And then but any needs you do, you come over here to Santa Fe Family Life Center, Drew, which is where I'm at today.
Get my 3s in.
Yeah, well, I don't know about any of your 3s, but you see these guys were back there behind me. They were playing pickleball. But here at Santa Fe Family, we got Santa Fe Family Life Center, which is where I'm at today, Drew. They got the nice pool outside. You got the kids, people playing pickleball. You got the nice workout facility right here. Then, of course,
I don't know about this pickleball thing. I go to the Lifetime Fitness here, and I go by there every day, and the dudes in there playing pickleball. I don't know about it.
Dude, we have, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So during the mornings, we have 12 pickleball courts going on.
Maybe we need to get the Chicken and Pickle to sponsor us.
Hey, you know what?
Everybody goes to the Chicken and Pickle.
Yeah, people go. I haven't been there. I don't do pickleball. They've been trying to talk me into doing pickleball for 7 years.
They got half of the duo. They got the chicken for you this time.
They don't have no, brother. You know, if I want chicken, I'm going to go to the hood. You already know that, bro. Come on now. Or, I take that back, or I will go to Rococo's, or I will go to Ned's.
You'll go to Ned's.
No, I won't do that because
chicken will travel.
Well, but I'll tell you what, if they get some Kool-Aid there and some watermelon, I'm all about it. But I don't think that's quite gonna happen there, my brother.
Tea? Come on.
Hey, dude, I'm telling you that watermelon sweet tea. And by the way, Randy and I think your mom are coming next Tuesday to Georgia, so that's gonna be fun. Your mom is wanting some more of those rib ends, man. I love those rib ends, but
that's my favorite part. I love the burnt-in sandwich.
Dude, man,
that's one of my favorites.
Dude, they got those, man, and then
there's a place in Kansas City. I don't know if you've ever been there. It's a place called Rosedale Barbecue.
Nope.
It's down on 7th Street Trafficway, just right there on the border of Kansas and Missouri. And next time we're in Kansas City, I'm gonna take you and show you something there. That place right there, it's a little hole in the wall, but they have the best burnt-in sandwiches around.
Dude, I'm gonna tell you what, these ends down here, man, they off the chain, man. And funny is, Tuesday I was in there, and doing the remote, I finished. I got there early, and so the ladies, I ordered ribs this time, which I very rarely do. Usually I order smoked bologna, or I do the chopped brisket. Is normally what I do, but their smoked bologna is. Man, it's really, really good. And I love those
smoked bologna.
Oh man, dude, because at home I get the smoked bologna and put some cheese on top of it, stick it in the microwave for about 30 seconds and melt it, man. And put the mayonnaise. Oh my God, dude. Ooh,
that's a little bit like that sounds like a welfare burger.
Hey, I used to eat that Spam back in the day. Don't get me wrong, man. I get that Spam in there, man. I mean, come on now. I'll admit that. With that government cheese, slice that government cheese on there. Oh, man. That's good stuff, bro.
You ain't never had no government cheese.
Dude, I promise you, I promise. I ate that government cheese was off the chain because it came in a cardboard, like, you know how you get how bread comes in those, it's a square, same size as a bread loaf, and you poured it off the top, and it was a solid slab of cheese. And I'm telling you, that government cheese, oh, man, it's the best. I don't know what the government was doing. I don't know what they put kind of cheese in there, but I promise you, if you eat too much of it, you ain't going to the bathroom. I can promise you that. That is not happening. You better not have more than a couple slices. are you in trouble? So, but anyway, that's funny. That is hilarious. All right,
Well,
brother.
hopefully tomorrow, my friend, that you'll have good news. And
I may not be on tomorrow, Drew.
Jabari.
I may not be on tomorrow, man. I may not be on tomorrow, man. You might have to come on by yourself, man. I may not be on tomorrow.
I don't know how fast I could get a Chet jersey overnighted. Get me one.
Wow.
Number 42.
Why would you do that?
OKC
Why would
Chet
you put
jersey.
that in? Why would you put that in a universe?
Now that'll be the real thing. If he gets 42.
Oh man, don't. Oh, dude, there may not be an After the Storm show. I'm just telling you, man. There may not be an After the Storm show. I may not go to any more.
Well, I look forward to it.
Oh, that is rude, man. But anyway, brother, I appreciate you.
All right.
You are so
Good
wrong.
show. Appreciate you.
All right, I'll holler at you tomorrow.
Let'sGoDrewPicks.com 2-0 today.
Yep.
Going into the night. Here we go.
Go see our boy. In fact, we'll go back over Drew's picks for the day. He's got the Braves, which was a winner, right?
Winner. Yep.
Then, of course, he's got the Yankees and Stros tonight, and he's doing the over 8. Padres, minus 154. Of course, the Dodgers was a winner at minus 227. And then, of course, tonight, Arkansas, and he's picking Arkansas.
They're playing right now.
They're playing right now. What's the score?
Top of the first. Arkansas's got a man on first and second, 2 out.
Okay, Arkansas, he's picking Arkansas and OU in the finals.
In the
finals on Saturday. And then, of course, he's taking the over 8 in the Arkansas-Ole Miss battle. Yep. So that's
Ole
what
Miss
that's
got out of the inning. Going to the bottom of the top of the second.
Top of the second, they got out of it. So these are his picks for the day. If you want, you can go look at HuskerDrewPicks.com, and by all means, like we had talked about earlier, you go to www.mcsportsnetwork.com. You can look at any of the past shows that Drew and I've done, and you can look it up, and you can see what his picks were, and he's been on fire. In fact, what was the NBA? What was the final deal? 56 and 28 or something stupid like that? What were you?
Yeah, well, I lost that last, and I took a nosedive on the Celtics, which is typical because I never picked the Celtics.
No, you're a Laker fan. You should know better than that.
Yeah. But I ended up 55 and 29.
55 and 29. So if you've been going that, so like I said, you can go to www.mcsportsnetwork.com and you can look that up. So that being said, good luck to the Thunder tonight. I hope that we draft the right person that's going to fit our future as far as helping us going forward next year, because like I said, the 2021 draft was fantastic with Giddey, Trey Mann, Wiggins, and Robinson Earl. So hopefully the Thunder can continue that wave and continue to get the right people on board for that. So I'm hoping that we can do that. That would be fantastic for the Thunder. So anyway, brother, be safe.
All right.
And we'll see you. All right.
All right, brother. Have a good day.
Brother. That's my boy Drew Hinthorn of HuskerDrewPicks.com. Please, by all means, go and check him out. And remember, to the Thunder, the draft is tonight. We will find out what the Thunder's future will look like. This is a huge draft for us, and I think that it's going to be interesting, and hopefully the Thunder will do what they need to do to take us to the next level. That being said, I want to thank you for watching Thunder Thursday, this edition of After the Storm. Once again, I'm your host,